All right. All right, QQQ update. So without giving so many chart patterns, we know that there's a chance it could come back down to here for an ABC move. Could be a bigger ABC move down here to 407. And then a slight chance that this is going to be a 5-wave move. Again, I think it topped out there, but it didn't have to top out there. Again, it could be 1 of 5. So this could have been 2 of 5. It's either A or 2 of 5. And if that's the case, then you can see here 568 would be the target. And that actually works out pretty well. Let's just see, 530, pull back to 507. $582, that's right around 568. So there is a slight possibility that it could be this. That would be the third wave right there. And actually, that kind of looks like it could be a diagonal. If this were the case, you'd see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 like this. So this could be third wave of a third wave of an extension. So an extension of the fifth wave. Got to be aware of that. But right now, the only thing that really matters to me is watching this supply zone. Can it get above 500? Above 500, I'm going to be bullish, I think. But we're going to see. If it gets stuck here and then pulls back, then I'm leaning towards the pullback. Gap fill at 407, potentially a C wave down here. So that's all you can really say on QQQ right now, just watching these levels. SMCI. Did a video yesterday. I was saying this WXY. It could be also a 5-wave move in which potentially that's the fourth wave, or maybe the fourth wave extends out here farther. If that's the fourth wave, then I'd be looking for the fifth wave down here. And then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. On this pullback, though, I'm expecting higher. I would expect up here to about 446 minimum. So, you know, everyone's all excited. All the bears are excited. They had DOJ investigation. What's going to happen? But this is the time where they just do premium killing now, for the most part. So now everyone is got the news. Everyone knows what's going to happen. And normally, the late bears are going to get screwed. They're just going to chop it for a while. And then maybe sometime down the line, they'll get more news and it will fall. But right now, I think it's a second wave. So we'll see how that goes. And then Tesla. This is not bullish to me. It's looking very corrective. I have a triangle potentially right here. I don't know. It's just kind of corrective move into the supply zone. And here's something that I don't know how I overlooked this. This is interesting though. On Tesla, the big parallel line here from all the way back here in November 2021, look where we just hit the other day. We hit the line exactly. So that's another thing to be aware of. We hit this parallel line basically perfectly. We went, no, that one's not right. There's another parallel line right here. This is the big one though. We hit it, pulled back. So that's something to be aware of. We didn't quite get to that one, but I'm leaning towards the bearish side. I'll tell you that. But I'll follow the bull count. If it happens, I'll adjust. But right now, I just feel like a C wave is coming down at some point down here somewhere. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here over the next couple of weeks with all the catalysts. But what I want to see if I'm a bull, obviously, is I want to see, which I am bullish on this. I want it to go up, but I'm just saying what I see is I see it coming down. But I want to see something like this. At this point, it's got to get above 270, and then the week after that, it's got to get above 275. Every week, every day, it gets higher and higher. How high it needs to get in order to be a third wave. I guess technically it gets above 263, it could be a third wave, or it could be an extended C wave. A lot of resistance here. You got monthly supply zone. This monthly supply zone has been tested over and over and never broke through. Look at this. I think that's actually where it was drawn. Tested it 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going for our 8th time on this supply zone. Can it get through there? I'm leaning no, but I'm going to be watching this bull count. So, short term, I don't like the setup right here either. Unless this is some kind of nested move, it looks pretty bearish to me. So, this is a 1 hour supply zone. Below that, there's the parallel line. There's monthly supply. A lot of resistance here. Despite being over all the moving averages, you got to look at where it has been resistance in the past, and right here has been big resistance. So, with QQQ at resistance, Tesla at resistance, we'll see what happens. Can they break through resistance going into a very uncertain election? But then Tesla has catalysts, so it's like we're at this spot where it could go either way. IONQ. This stock downtrend all the way from September of 23. Here's your A wave right here. They had news today, and this is your B wave right here. So we have A, B. This would say it's probably going to come to an end sometime in October. This is potentially, potentially something like that, where this is. So my max target is 1254 on this, but invalidation and the moves over with would be if it broke below 853. So 853, and it is finished and it's going down, but anything above that is fine for a 4th wave right here, I guess, and then another move higher. So I'm looking for A, B. I don't think that this downtrend is over with though, so I'm looking for, could be WXY, or it could be ABC, like that. Still never hit these demand zones down here, 614 all the way down to 458. It hit the 0.61 fib though. So we'll see on this. They got a contract. I don't know the details on it, but I've been following this stock for a while, and it's up pretty big today. So potentially 12 bucks. There's a supply zone at 14 bucks and a weekly supply zone at 17 bucks. I don't think it's ready to go yet though, but we'll see. Mara, this is in a 3-day supply zone. Probably wouldn't touch it here until it gets back down here to 10 bucks. Let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, about a month ago, I said 67,000. I've had this marked for a long time. So on all of these stocks, on all of these indexes, they're hitting the targets now. This filled the gap. Bitcoin's going to hit 67,000. Tesla is hitting monthly supply. They're all getting kind of sketchy now, in my opinion. So if they really want to take it higher, then okay, but it doesn't seem like it's going to go higher to me. So Bitcoin, here's the overall pattern. WXY, double X, Z down here. And you can go back a month or two ago, I was talking about a big correction on everything. So this could potentially go all the way down to 42,000. And I would still think that after that, it's going up here. So this is going right along what I've been saying on the dollar too. The dollar is close to hitting my target of 99.50, but it already hit 116. That's close enough. We'll see. So dollar, you can see what I have for the dollar. That is bullish on the dollar. Coin is up pretty good today. Can it get all the way up here to the supply zone at 199? We'll see. I think coin is similar to Bitcoin though. I think it's, let's see. I think it is, yeah, A, B. That's what I'm looking for on coin. So I would expect depending on how high it goes, it's kind of like a falling wedge a little bit. I think it's got one more move down here. You got gap fills at 133 and 123. So those are my general thoughts on the market. What did I miss? Anything? I mean, I missed all the tech stocks, but I haven't really been going over them lately. AMD, another one. Look where it hit. Came very close to filling this gap here at 174. Maybe one more push higher on Monday. Fill that gap. It's overextended. Very top of the range. It's looking more and more like this. So I don't know what's going to happen over the next month. I mean, everything's hitting my targets, ready for a correction. I've said many times, end of quarter, they're going to pump this. And that's exactly what they did. They pumped it into the end of September. October is a perfect time, early October, perfect time to just completely tank everything. And then they can revive it back in like November, December. So it's setting up perfectly. Tank it into the election and then rise it into the end of the year for their quarterly end of year bonuses or whatever. So I'm expecting a pullback, but I'm going to just follow whatever happens, obviously. So we'll see if QQQ can get above 500. On SPY, it is a little bit different, obviously, at all-time highs. So on SPY, it's the same chart basically, except there's no resistance. So I'd be looking for 598 for a third wave, pullback, and then probably like 630. But if that happens, then I would say that's the top in the market. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'll go over one more. Let's go over BA. So BA, I bought a bunch down here at 153 again. Scalped it, basically sold a few up here. Still holding some shares. You have this gap fill at 170. Just waiting on news. This falling wedge can end down here at 150 if it wants. I'll add more if it happens. But if it breaks out, 170 is your first spot you're looking at, and then maybe up here to 196. My overall target, though, is up here at potentially 240. So, good spot to buy into BA. Rivian, one more. I bought this the other day. I made a video on it down here at 1120. It's already hit the first supply zone here, filled this gap, backing off. Potentially a third wave, though. So this would suggest that we're looking at a move all the way into the election. So maybe this happens on Rivian and then it pulls back and then it goes all the way up here to 13 to 1365. And then this could turn into what I've been talking about, which was, could do something like that later. We'll see. Maybe it'll turn into being an impulse and go all the way up here to 23 bucks. That's going to take a massive move on IWM though. Let's see IWM. So IWM, from the time I did the video on this being a first wave, still has not taken out the highs. Still a very corrective move. And I'm going to stick to what I've been saying. This is coming down here to 180. That's why I make SoFi videos and say it's going to 550, because if IWM tanks 20%, there's just no way that any growth stocks are going to do well. So that is it for this video. And of course, it's going to go along with DXY. So that's it for this video. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates. And if you let me know what stocks you want me to look at, I'll add them to the video. That's it. Have a good rest of the day.